everyone. Let's continue with discussion on Kuntak's Vakrokti Jeevitam. Students, this is our last session on Kuntak's Vakrokti Jeevitam, and as we have seen in the previous sessions that how Kuntak has propounded his theory of Vakrata, and according to Kuntak, the Vakrokti or Vakrata created by the Kavya Vyapar operates at 6 levels. And commencing from the arrangement of syllables, that is Varna, according to Kuntak, its coverage systematically extends from the grammatical and lexical words to a sentence and then to a specific topic or episode and thereon to the composition as a whole. And today we are going to talk about that how Vakrata operates at the level of composition, that is called Prabandha Vakrata by Kuntak in his Vakrokti Jeevitam. Students, as the very title tells that Prabandha Vakrata talks about or refers to the composition as a whole. It comprises adaptation of a story from a known source with additions resulting in new creative dimensions, with a new emotional significance, and erasure of unwanted episodes and plausible development of composition. And overall, we can say that Prabandha Vakrata is the outstanding eminence or Visheshata of the composition as a whole. And Kuntak has classified this Prabandha Vakrata into different categories. They are Rasantra Vakrata, that is obliquity of changing the rasa. Second one is Samapan Vakrata, that is obliquity of winding up the story. Third one is Katha Vichhed Vakrata, that is obliquity of intending and. Then fourth is Anushangik Phal Vakrata, that is obliquity of contingent objective. Then fifth one is Tulya Katha Vakrata, that is obliquity of identical subject or identical story. Then sixth one is Namkaran Vakrata. So let's talk about these 6 categories of Prabandha Vakrata in detail. As far as the Rasantra Vakrata or obliquity of changing the rasa is concerned, it refers to a departure from the dominant rasa or the dominant aesthetic pleasure or poetic pleasure of the source text or the source story, and it lies in substituting the dominant rasa of the source text with another rasa, with another sort of poetic pleasure, and thus endowing a fresh beauty to the whole narration. In this way, we can say that this Rasantra Vakrata is just a departure from the dominant rasa, and when the poet in his modified version of the theme deliberately abandons the original rasa and substitutes it with another rasa just to give a poetic charm to his work. The next one is Samapan Vakrata, that is obliquity of winding up the story. And here what happens that the poet in his wisdom, he just might opt to deviate from the way the original story ended, and he just decides or plans to conclude the same story with a different sort of rasa to delight the reader. So in this way, what happens sometimes that it transforms a rather depressive ending of the original story into heartwarming happy ending. And this is said to be one of the inventive ways of beautifying the nature of the whole composition and bringing hope and cheer into one's life. Next one is Katha Vichhed Vakrata. Here what happens that the poet supposes that even flow of the original story is being broken and its rasa is impaired by the intrusion of an incident which is not duly connected, which is not logically connected to the main event. So what the poet plans to do, that he just transforms that very stray incident, that very incident that is going to break the flow of the narrative, into a substantive one, and thus the poet binds his own version into a cohesive narration. So this is how that the poet uses the very incident or episode that has just disturbed the flow of the original text, original narrative, but the poet has used that very stray incident into a substantive one, and that's how he has given a new color to his kavya. So this is how Katha Vichhed Vakrata takes place. Then the next one is Anusangik Phal Vakrata, that is obliquity of contingent objective. Here what happens, that the intended or achieved objectives in the story, there is a change. How it happens? The narrative begins with a particular intention, but towards the end, the protagonist achieves many other results. So that's how the intended and achieved objectives are handled in a story. To be more elaborate, we can say that the hero of an epic story or a classical drama is usually focused on achieving his goal, and he just moves towards it despite several intrusions, and just with single-minded devotion, he just moves towards his goal. And along his way, he might also accomplish some accidental or incidental victories that eventually bear fruits. They enhance the glory. So that's how this obliquity of contingent objective is handled to give a poetic charm to the kavya or to the composition. The next one is Tulya Katha Vakrata, that is obliquity of identical subject. Here what the poet plans to do, that he skillfully weaves the stories relating to the subsidiary characters into the principal theme of his composition, and he just makes these stories run parallel to the life events of the hero or the nayak of the narrative. So this is all the skill of the poet, magic of the skill of the poet, the pratibha of the poet, that how beautifully he just plans the stories of the subsidiary characters with the story or the narrative of the central character or the protagonist. The last one is Namkaran Vakrata, as the very title itself suggests that it deals with the obliquity of title. Here, that according to Kuntak, that a poet can also display his artistic skill in assigning fresh and attractive titles to the main work, as also to each of its acts or chapters. So sometimes the title also enhances the poetic charm, as we have seen that how skillfully the poets has named the great poetic creations, like there is Kalidas Abhigyan Shakuntalam, then there is Mrichkatikam, and these very titles that they speak a lot about the composition as a whole. So students, this is all about the compositional obliquity, and as this is the closing session on Kuntak's Vakrokti Jivitam, I'm sure now all of you have a clear or fair idea that how Kuntak has given a scientific and systematic approach to study, to analyze the poetic language. And Kuntak intended to present a balanced and alternate view of the picture of the poetics, we can say. And he looked at poetry from the poet's own point of view. And as we have seen all the levels of Vakrata, that Kuntak has attempted to outline the poetic process, that how the kavya takes shape and in the poet's imagination through his skill and emerges as a thing of beauty. So that's all about Kuntak's Vakrokti Jivitam. Thank you.